When you are affirming for something and you feel like it's not working or it's taking too long, or, why do I feel like I'm not getting my way? Is it something that you're used to experiencing? What's up, y'all? If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Tierica, and I like to post videos about the law of assumption, manifestation, and mindset shifting, sharing my own personal beliefs and experiences with the intention that you can take something from what I talk about and apply it to your life to create the reality of your dreams. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Okay, so before I start this video, I do want to let y'all know that I'm only going to be posting 3 videos this week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I won't be posting anything on Thanksgiving Day, and on Friday, I will be doing a public live stream for everybody, all subscribers and everything. So I will give y'all a time on that. It's going to be sometime during the day, so I will have a time for you all. Just look for the link in the community tab, because I will place a link for the live stream if you want to save it, but it'll be available for everybody. So just be on the lookout for that. So if this isn't your first time seeing my videos, then today is Monday Motivation. If you are new here, on Mondays, I usually post videos just centered around motivating you. Sometimes they're pertaining to manifestation, sometimes they're not. At the end of the day, I still feel like it all boils down to manifestation. But something that I realized that I've never talked about, or I have yet to talk about for Monday Motivation, is motivation when you are manifesting an SP. And I don't know, I just thought about this, and we talked about it in my membership live. If you're in the group coaching, we do weekly live streams, and yeah, we were talking about relationships and manifesting SPs. And I just had a lot of realizations, especially even with myself while I was talking. And I don't know, I just want to give you all some motivation if you are manifesting an SP, because of course, right now it's considered cuffing season and it's the holiday time. So of course you want to be with your specific person, you want to be in your relationship and all of that. And you absolutely can, you absolutely will. But just allow me to give you some motivation when you are manifesting an SP, okay? So for us, like I said before, I test things out. I, just like to prove to myself continually that I am the creator of my reality. And you can see this being true in your reality. You can see it being true every single day, because the things that are so miscellaneous, the things that you don't care about, that you have no emotional attachment to, you don't label it as hard or easy or anything like that. Those things tend to show up really fast and quickly and very easily in your reality. But everything has the same value. Every single thing in your reality has the same value. By you seeing a specific color car and by you experiencing your SP. They both hold the same weight, but it's really from the perspective of the person. So if you are viewing a relationship as something hard to obtain, something that is difficult, something that, you maybe your SP isn't showing up the way you want them to show up, remember that it's still a reflection of you. Everything is you. You are the one deciding. You are the one making decisions, declaring, all of that, right? So, when you just decide that you want something and you decide on it and you don't think anything otherwise, then that is what you're going to experience. You can see that so many times. I know in one of my last videos I said make a list. Just make a list of stuff. Write out things that you want to manifest that you really care about. Write out things that are just so irrelevant and so off the wall that you have no connection to them. And you're going to see how those things you have no connection to, they just roll right in. Other things, and this is what I realized, things that we have complained about our entire life. Okay. Things that you have had opposite or negative experiences with majority of your life. I really feel like you can tend to label it as complicating. So just to put it in easier terms, if you are somebody who has really never been in a real relationship, you've never experienced that type of love, you've never experienced the relationship of your dreams before, right? You may have tried and it failed, or you may have tried and people did you wrong, whatever. Again, remember, all of this stuff is still a reflection of you. You were still creating these things. You were just doing it unconsciously, okay? So at this point, scratch it. It doesn't matter. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that if you have dealt with things previously, right, and they haven't gone the way that you wanted them to, then my belief, and this is just my opinion, you may need to keep persisting and continue and just allow it to be. It may be a slight process for you, okay? And you may just need to take a chill pill, okay? Because yes, we see people online having their success stories. We see people manifesting things overnight, instantly, and you very well can. But who are you being? Do you believe that you can manifest a relationship instantly overnight? Because if that's your belief, then yes, you're absolutely going to do that. But if you are a person who has had the opposite interactions in your reality this entire time when it comes to relationships, then you may need to go through the process. And when I say go through the process, I mean really just paying attention to who you are being and really change your mindset. Focus on changing your mindset around relationships, around your SP, and see how things change for you. Because if you are used to being in that state of complaining, that state of negativity in relation to people, and you are manifesting something, but every single time you see something in your reality and you flip out about it, you feel like you're being controlled by it, you give it your emotions, you just respond and you react. That's not what we want to do. We don't want to do that in our reality, because all that's doing is implying that this is the reality that we want to keep. Every time you see something that you don't like, every time you have an experience that you do not like and you interact with it, you give it your energy, it's just saying, yes, give me more of this. Give me more of this to experience. And by you taking your focus off of it, by you not responding to your SPs when they're not moving how you want them to move, when they're not doing what you want them to do, give yourself some grace. Take that. If you take any motivation from this video, give yourself some grace, okay? Because it's not that you cannot manifest. It's not that this person does not want to be with you. It's not that you can't have your fairy tale relationship and your dream life. It's none of that, because you are absolutely entitled to every single thing that you desire. You are entitled to experience everything that you want. But be real with yourself and pay attention to what you actually think and believe when it comes to relationships. Sit down and write out those beliefs that you have. What are those core beliefs that you have around relationships? I've told y'all before, I used to believe that people don't take me seriously until I don't want them anymore. Like, that one was a stone cold belief of mine. And because that was my belief, that is what I experienced with every single person. Every time I decided we're done here, now they want to come in full force. And it was a manifestation. That is literally manifestation playing out perfectly, because manifestation is going to be perfect every single time. What that perfectionism is dependent on your beliefs. So if you are sitting there telling yourself things like that, people don't take me seriously until I don't want them anymore, and you keep telling yourself that until the point that you believe it, and you believe it because you see proof and evidence of it in your reality, how do you think it got there? What do you think you were doing that entire time? You were manifesting. You were literally manifesting effortlessly. Like, you didn't have no opposing thoughts to that. You didn't say, oh, people don't take me seriously until I don't want them anymore. But you know what? No, maybe they'll want me this time. Maybe I can actually have this relationship. Maybe this one will actually go right for me. I can guarantee you, most of the time you don't, when you have a negative thought, you don't think the opposite and try to think positively. Not when you're used to being in a state where you are frustrated, upset, complaining, irritated, and mad at your reality, because you don't know any better. You don't know that those thoughts are literally creating the experience that you're having. So, like I said, give yourself some grace, because if your track record with relationships isn't that wonderful, give yourself grace to experience a new relationship. Give yourself grace to get yourself in the habit of thinking a different way. Okay? Sit down and write out those core beliefs. Write out all the things that you have always said in relation to relationships. And if you don't know where to start, think about all the things that you have told your friends. Think about all the things that you've told your family. Think about all the things that you've complained about to yourself when it comes to your significant other or people that you have dealt with wanting to be in a relationship with. Because once you write out all of those things, you now see what you have believed this entire time. Okay. You see what you have believed about relationships. You see what you have believed is possible for you. All right. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to flip all of those beliefs, reword them to where it is only what you want. So instead of, again, the example of thinking nobody wants to take me seriously until I no longer want them. No, and anybody that I want wants me more. And that's what it is. Anybody that I want wants me more. And that's like a super easy way to flip it. And by you persisting in these thoughts, right? Your SP has to show up, but be mindful of what you're doing, because every time you may see an experience in your reality where your SP is not doing what you want them to do, they are opposite, they are not showing up how you want them to show up, use those as opportunities to affirm. Use those as opportunities to decide and declare what it is that you have decided for yourself, because that's how manifestation works. That's how it has always worked. That is how you got into the spot that you're in now. By thinking, okay? You thought your way into this experience. You can think your way into a new experience for yourself that is so much better. And with people, it can tend to be a lot easier when you persist in that thought, right? That people are easy to manifest, that whatever you're thinking, they are picking up those thoughts, because they are. Thought transmission is a real thing. Thought transmission is a real thing. When you think things and people say them back to you, that is just evidence of thought transmission. So when you are thinking things about your SP, when you are thinking that this person only wants to be with me, this person desires to be in a relationship with me, this person wants to be loyal and faithful to me, whatever it is that you are wanting to experience from this person, they are picking up on those thoughts. They are getting those thoughts. There is no way that they can't pick up on those thoughts, because it is your reality. You are the one being the observer. You are the one experiencing it. And this is also something that I thought about during a meditation one day, a couple of days ago. And it's like, everybody is existing in their own world, right? You're watching this video, you're existing in your own world. I am creating this video and I'm also existing in my own world. And everybody else that you see, respectively, is existing in their own world. And we are all experiencing that world simultaneously. So we all see it as we live on this one planet, we live on this one earth or whatever, but everybody is having a completely and totally different experience. Yes, there are some things that seem like it is just the same for everybody. Like if you have a president, right? I know that one sent everybody into a frenzy. You have a president, right? So everybody is experiencing that one person being president, or at least that's what it seems, because that is in my opinion, a collective consciousness manifestation. That is a belief that we have one president, and now everybody in their own world is experiencing that same person as a president. But everybody is still existing in their own world, and they are existing everything from their point of view. So everything is still just a reflection of them. It just looks like we're all in this one place. I intend that makes sense. I was really trying to grasp the words and wrap my mind around it, because I can see it more than I can explain it. But everybody has the right to experience what they want, because they are in their own world. So whatever I decide to experience in my world, because I am seeing this from my eyes and my point of view, whatever I decide to experience has to become my experience, because I decided so. Nobody outside of me can decide that, because nobody outside of me technically exist in my reality, in the sense of they have no control over what I can do, because it's only from my point of view and my perspective. Nothing and nobody is separate from you. Everything is a reflection. Everything is showing you. You are engaging with yourself in this world every single day. You are engaging with your thoughts, your beliefs, your assumptions. Anything from your imagination, you are experiencing it. And so is everybody else. But that's why if you decide you want to experience somebody in your reality, you very well can and will, if you allow that to be your truth, because it is your world, your experience. That person is also in their own world and their experience, and they could be having a totally different experience. And that can be a little mind-blowing and a little hard to wrap your mind around. But when you play with the thought and you keep reminding yourself, and you keep playing with that idea, it kind of sinks in and you get it. But the person that you are experiencing in your reality, they are also in their own world and they're experiencing things in their reality. So yes, whenever there are questions like, what if I want to get rid of this person in my reality and I don't want them to exist in my reality? Then that is what you decided. So because that is what you decided, that person no longer exists. No harm intended. Nothing bad happened to them. They just are not a real person in your reality. They never existed. They've never been heard of. Because what do they say? There's like 8 billion people in the world. So you don't know all of these 8 billion people in the world, right? But this one specific person that you don't want to experience, you have no recollection of them. Nobody in your reality has any recollection of them. Nobody remembers them. That doesn't mean that they don't exist. They just don't exist in your reality. So they still exist somewhere else, but they're having a totally different experience. They may still be experiencing you, another version of you, because it's their reality to experience. I intend that makes sense. It's like, I don't know if y'all have ever been in this position where you can see things and you're trying to explain them, but that's how how I perceive it, and it makes total sense to me. That's why people can literally manifest nobody being in their reality, because they're deciding so, because it is from their point of view, their perspective. But that person also is in their own reality and they get to choose what they want as well. So the same thing goes for when you want to experience somebody in your reality. You are just assuming the version of them that wants to be with you, that is in love with you, that desires you, whatever it is that you want. And whether your SP is a relationship, a boss, a friend, a family member, it doesn't matter. In this video, I guess it's more so relationship, because holidays, everybody want to be together, all that stuff. I say all of this to say, don't view somebody as unattainable. Don't view somebody as if you cannot have them. It does not matter any of the experiences that you've had with them, okay? When you can, and this, somebody told me this was an Aquarius thing, because I just have this sense of detachment. I don't emotionally attach myself to situations. I don't emotionally attach myself to things that I do not like, that I can see with my physical eyes. And instead, I go within and I just affirm. That is all that I do. When I see things that I do not like in my reality, especially when it's pertaining to a person, I do not allow it to affect me. Sometimes I may have my moment, but it's like that moment is probably 5 minutes long, because then I'm like, girl, you already know. Like, why are you even doing this? Why are you even allowing this to affect you? Because you know how to manifest. First of all, you know how to experience what you want. So why give it your energy? And I instantly get myself out of that state. So it doesn't happen very often. But yes, I do understand when you are affirming for something and you feel like it's not working, or it's taking too long, or, why do I feel like I'm not getting my way? Is it something that you're used to experiencing? Because this is just coming from my personal perspective. Like, no, it may not be something that you're used to experiencing. So therefore, get yourself used to experiencing it by being used to talking to yourself as the person who has it within. And let that sink in. Because if you're so used to walking around complaining about relationships, complaining about people, complaining about not having somebody, complaining about, it not working out and how people treat you and all of that, then that is what you are experiencing, and those are your dominant thoughts. So to change that, it is literally just changing your point of view, changing that perspective. And you do that by changing what you tell yourself. So instead of walking around complaining about your specific person, don't complain about them anymore. Ignore that part of them in the best way that you can. Again, I don't know how to tell you how to do that, because I only know how to detach. I only know how to just ignore it. Like, okay, I see it, but whatever. And I've said I'm a crybaby, and I can't even cry about stuff, because it's like, no, I can tell where it's coming from. So let me persist. Let me continue to talk to myself as the person who has what I desire. And as you do that, and you just put them blinders on and you ignore what you see, it has to manifest. It always has, and it always will. But it's up to you to take your power back and not give it to the SP and the circumstances and them not being how you want them to be. Okay. So take that from this video. If you have been somebody who complains a lot about relationships and just really hasn't experienced a relationship the way you want, or you haven't experienced a person the way that you have always desired somebody to be, just be aware, okay? Because you have created all of those instances, and it's either you creating them with your own thoughts or it was people creating upon you. You know, however you were raised and people told you about relationships that way and that played out in your reality. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you got there. What matters is in this moment right now, you realize that you have the control, you have the power, and you can decide what it is that you want in relationships, what it is that you want from a specific person, and then you can very well have that. But you can have that only by persisting as the person who has it. You will not get there, and I don't want to be limiting, but you will not get there by continuing to focus on what you see right now, because that is just past experiences, past beliefs in front of your face right now. Okay. So the same way you had that drive and that motivation unknowingly to complain about all the stuff your SP does, have that same drive to create the new version of them in your head. Create how you want them to be in your mind. If you want to be with them for the holidays, then affirm that. Assume that. Assume you are spending Thanksgiving together. Assume that you are spending Christmas together. Assume that you are spending New Year's Eve together. Whatever it is, assume that version of them. And if you can assume it, right, they are going to pick up on those thoughts and they are going to have the desire to be with you the way that you want to be with them. But allow yourself grace, okay? And be consistent no matter what. Discipline yourself to ignore the 3D, and ignoring it in the sense of not allowing it to affect how you feel, not allowing what you see to affect what you think is possible for you, because what you see is just a creation from you, from your previous thoughts, from a previous version of yourself. You're no longer that version, okay? You're no longer that version. You are the version that is in the relationship that has what you want. And just be patient with yourself. Just persist, okay? Don't and if success stories are triggering, stop looking at success stories, because success stories can be so great and so beneficial because it shows you what you want is possible, but we know this already. But if you are looking at a success story and they say, I got my SP in a week, and then you're like, well, I've been going a week and what happened? Why didn't I get my SP? Do you know what all that person went through? Do you know what that person was telling themselves? Do you know what that person believes about relationships? Do you know how that person's relationships have been prior to this one specific SP? You don't know what all that person did and went through. You just see the product of them being consistent for a week. So you be consistent for a week. Be consistent. And I'm talking about be consistent to the point where you are not wavering. You are not thinking anything opposite of what you want. You are only thinking as the person who has it. Anytime a doubt, a fear, a worry tries to creep in about this person doing that or this person not wanting to be with you, correct it. And really be diligent. Do it. Do it for 7 days. See what happens. But allow yourself grace to continue to persist, because if it's something that hasn't been natural to you, you can make it natural to you overnight, yes. But if it doesn't happen overnight, that does not mean it will not happen. That means to keep going, because that is your new version now. We realize that we affirm to experience things. We affirm to remind ourselves that we have these things. It doesn't matter the point that you're coming from. What matters is you are affirming and thinking in your favor, because that's what's going to get you the results. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions or comments over this. Leave them down for me below. If you would like guidance or assistance with your manifestations, I do offer phone and email coaching, and I am also running a 25% off discount until the last day of December. I'm doing the discount on the individual phone calls, the individual video calls, and the 4 30-minute call package. So if you click the link in the description, it's already, the percent is already off. You don't have to put a coupon code in or anything. But if you're interested, you can go ahead and take advantage. The sale will go on until December 31st. That will be the last day. I do also have a YouTube membership, members only area, and we are growing, y'all, and I'm absolutely here for it. We have a live stream today that we're going to do. If you're watching this video, I think today is the 25th. If you're watching this video on November 25th, we will be having a weekly live stream if you are part of my group coaching membership, and that will be at 5:30 p.m. CST. If you are not a part of the membership, I offer 2 tiers. I have the creator circle and I have the group coaching tier. The group coaching has everything the Creator Circle offers, plus you get weekly live streams, specific videos made for all your submissions, and one-on-one coaching with me. So the link for that is in the description below. If you don't have YouTube membership in your country, totally fine, because I also created it on Patreon. You get the same exact benefits. It's just on a different platform. So you can sign up either way. And if you watch this video until the end, I appreciate you so much, and I will see y'all in the next video.